For my project one, I decided to focus on wind energy. It's very interesting to me because it's become a very popular energy source. It has the advantages and disadvantages. A good part of it would be that it's renewable and clean and doesn't use up materials like gas and oils, which is beneficial towards helping climate change and the environment. It's a very inconsistent source of energy though, because when there's no wind, there's no energy. This is my little project. I have this house that I've stuck these lights in through the windows. They are hooked up to these cords and these windmills, which will be blown by the hair dryer, which represents wind. Here you go. And as you can see, when there's no wind on a certain windmill, the lights will flicker, turn off, because they need wind to be able to work. It's become a very key source of energy throughout the world because there has been things to where like you have to have renewable energy and you have to make it clean. It does hurt the environment in ways of like it can hurt birds and stuff that are flying through the sky and maybe get hit. It also takes up land to build them on. They do cost money to build and materials, but after that, they're pretty easy and cheap to maintain and keep going. They do produce a fair amount of energy, so they are definitely beneficial, but I wouldn't say that they're the most helpful energy source because of how inconsistent they are. If you compare them to something like dams, they might not be as beneficial when it comes to energy produced because dams are always going because there's always water running through them, whereas wind, there's not always wind. So they can be slightly less efficient than dams, but they're also more helpful and beneficial for the environment because they're not always in the way of water and killing fish. When if they do hurt a bird, it's like rare and not as common. Overall, I think it's a pretty good source of energy that should be used a lot because it's very renewable. Overall, wind energy is a very helpful source because it's so clean and renewable. I think the world should focus more on it because of that and use more and learn how to better like store the energy that it gets and how to make it more efficient than it is. Because if it was more efficient and as efficient as other sources, it would definitely be the best source of energy available.